Panza and Craig is going to be an amazing fight. Craig's jiu-jitsu is amazing, right, with his leg locks, and it's going to be so exciting. And then Panza also has good leg locks. So will we see like a Mexican standoff? I think they call that a no-gi. You see, I already have the no-gi terms, making no-gi jokes. But we'll see like if they have like a Mexican standoff, like who will get. I hope no one gets injured, but like it'll be really exciting. So I'm excited to watch that as a fan.
Lucas is the #1 ranked guy in that division. I think given how dominant Mikey was in gi, and I think how intelligent he plays the game, and how much he's dedicated himself even to heel hooks, which I'll remind him that he used to shit on previously. But I think he's really learned that game, and I do think he's already probably the best guy in the world of that division. So what I'm interested to see is how Lucas approaches it. Is Lucas going to try and come after him, or is Lucas going to try to play the game to win?
Luis has an element that I didn't predict, his size, and I know he has good jiu-jitsu. So if he gets on top and he does, what's good, he could probably maybe squeeze out a win. But I see it probably going in Craig's way because of the activity he has and the style he plays. And he's very forward. He pushes to make mistakes, and I'm sure he's got between Gordon and Nakey Rod on top of him at his gym training with him. He's not really a stranger to bigger guys trying to crush him. So, it's going to be a hard night for Luis. I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's definitely, it favors Craig.
Panza, I haven't seen his any of his matches recently, but I did used to watch him back when Berkut was on and all those events. Gary actually fought him as well, and Panza has leg locks himself. And I mean, maybe they're not the most precise, accurate, calculated, but there's some power behind them. So leg entanglements can go either way. When you attack the legs, your legs are available. So Craig gets lazy, gets a little slippery, sloppy. I mean, it could go either way.
I'm excited. Super excited. I'm super excited for it. They're both dangerous submission artists. I think we're gonna see a submission either way. Betting on Panza, probably gonna be a submission the match.
I've been following Panza's training, and I know he's been training really hard, and he really deserves to win. But I bet I was here yesterday, I saw Craig training late too. So it doesn't matter the result. I think it's probably going to go by submission either way, But I think they're going to end up tapping each other. I just don't know which one I would pick.
I'll go first. Tarza Jonathan. Jonathan's obviously like a gi prodigy, basically. I think as far as I've seen, almost unbeatable in the gi right now. And then we're seeing his transition to no-gi. I believe no-gi specialists should outweigh those gi skills, but I guess that's what will be determined. Some gi guys come across, get beaten quickly with heel hooks. Others seem to adapt very well. So I think that's probably the most interesting match on the card.
I'm so excited about Mika Gaval versus Tackett. I think that fight's going to be super interesting, because it's a no-gi world. I'm excited about Jonathan versus Oliver Taza.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Bird versus Cole. I'm excited about all these matches.
And some other fights like Vagner and Josh and
Hanger,
yeah. That fight would be great as well. Those two have a great style to watch, like the fight against each other.
I've seen Luiz and Craig fighting many times. Not against them. I mean, like their fights, and that's something I believe it's gonna be an amazing fight. But for me, I don't think that's gonna be something, that the people are expecting a lot. For me, the best fight of the night goes for Vagner Rocha against Hinger, because those guys are like masters, but they fight just like adults.
It's an interesting one. Obviously, I've competed against Vagner. I really don't know what's going to happen in that match. I would say that that they're pretty even in terms of ability, but I would say because Wagner's been much more active lately, I think that gives him the edge in this match. But again, given what Hinger's done in the sport in the past, he could easily come out and decisively beat Wagner, but based purely on what's been happening lately, and the sport is very much momentum-based, Wagner's coming into this match with a lot more momentum than Josh is.
Mika is special, man. I got to warm up with Andrew, and Andrew's special too. These kids they're good people. I really like the Tackets, and I got a lot of respect for them. But I feel like this is really going to be an upside-down fight. This kid's really that good. He's the real deal. Some of the best I've ever trained with. You watch this kid roll, and it's just impressive.
That's a good match. Andrew Tackett, obviously been active any athlete that's active, you know they're gonna bring it. You know they're sharp. You know their game is leveling up like crazy. So Andrew Tackett is gonna bring the heat. Mika Galvao coming off Nogi Pan's impressive win with some submissions and some very nice, sequences. This is gonna be a good one, man. This is gonna be a good one. Two young guys up and coming that we're like hearing more and more about them. So that's a really good match.
This Andrew Tackett combined. This dude and Mika Galvão is a fight that like one of those I most expected to watch. If it was 30 minutes, you guys could be sure that would be 30 minutes of fire.
For sure.
So his athleticism and technique and jiu-jitsu, everything.
Nikki versus Gabriel Almeida. Nikki's unbelievable. Nikki beats me up in the gym, so it was shocking to me that he had such a close match with PJ. So I think, obviously, people give him a lot of heat because he's Gordon's brother. They have high expectations on him. But I like to remind those guys he's not the same person as Gordon, and he doesn't need the same amount of hate that Gordon gets. You know what I mean? He's his own guy. He's just taking advantage of opportunities. But I think Nikki is that good. We just haven't seen it yet.
I think they're all going to be great matches, man. I think the girls, Jessa and Patty, will be super good, and Mika and Andrew. I'm sure that's going to be a fireball match. And Craig and Luis, that'll be good. I think they're all good matches. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
The girls are always exciting because they're small and they bring good technique. There's so many great matches on there. You got Taza and Jonathan. That's a match I'm curious to see. Jonathan is much of a gi guy. Does a lot of gi stuff. See how he translates into no-gi. Especially against a guy who's very seasoned like Taza. That's the one that excites me. Gabriel Almeida, Nicky Ryan. These are all good matches. Who's number one? Not putting anything together that's sleeping.